morning, everyone. And good morning. 1 screen, 2 screen, 3 screen. We're surrounded by screens. From the classroom to home life, there's television screens, phones, even from point A to point B, from walking through campus. How many times do you guys think you look at your phone? Probably a lot. I know I do. Now, the facts are, we probably, when you talk to your friends, you're like, I don't have time. Well, why don't you have time? This is why. Time spent on the computer is 9 hours and 18 minutes per person per day. Time texting, I could argue with this one, 1 hour and 35 minutes per person per day. And the average person receives 3,339 text messages in a month. And then for watching television is 4 hours and 30 minutes per day per person. So if there's 4 people in your household, just times that by the 4 hours and 30 minutes, and that's how many hours your television is on in your house. And that is what I found from Brenda Conway, who did some, I'll talk about her a little bit more later. The Vision Council of America did a survey and found 75% of adults wear glasses or contacts. That's a high percentage for this society. And do you think that the screens have anything to do with it? The brightness of your screen? How often you look at it? 64% of the 75 wear full-on glasses. 11% wear contacts. 30% of the 75 are nearsighted. And most of the teenagers to our age group who wear glasses or contacts are most likely nearsighted. 60% are farsighted, and 25% of that 60% will end up wearing bifocals. Dr. Sherman says there are 3 main ways technology affects the eyes, which is tension headaches, dry eyes, and eye strain. Tension headaches you can get by just staring at the screen for a little too long. I know most of us probably ended up having to look away a little bit because it's too bright, or you feel like you're going to pass out because you're like, I can't stay on the computer. And dry eyes you receive because you don't blink as much when you're looking at something too close. Your pupils are small, and it remains small until you look away and do farsighted, which is also known as parallel vision, which is where the eyes are most comfortable at. Now, with also the eye strain, it's called computer vision syndrome. We all get it at one point, but it's really easy to get away. It's not as tedious as, say, cancer or whatnot. The American Optometric Association, also known as AOA, believes that the 3D movies, the 3DS, and anything else that's 3D, like they're coming out with 3D phones, maybe? And they believe that actually helps our eyes, but not for children under the age of 6, because their eyes are still developing. And they say it's helpful because of it could show if you did receive a tension headache or eye strain and whatnot. If you come out of a 3D movie or off your 3DS and you have nausea, headaches, dizziness, or blurred vision, it can actually lead to a sign of you have eye misalignment, crossed eyes, eyes turned outward, meaning you're like a chameleon, your eyes are going out. Mismatched eye power, or farsightedness. Now going back to Brenda Conway, she examined the children under 6 years old and found that, and worked with AOA, and found out that the eyes are, I said earlier, the eyes are developing still, but it's because in the classrooms there are screens. 97% of American classrooms have at least one computer in them, and they rely on that computer in order to teach the children. Now, that does not even include the televisions they have at home and the computers they have at home, the iPods, the Kindles, and blah, 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 everything else that has a screen. And nearsightedness in children has increased from 25% to 42% in the last 30 years. And I came to think, why is that? It's because technology has advanced and we've been relying on technology since the past 30 years of when it's kind of started to kick up a notch. Now, computer eye syndrome, there's two ways to kind of, we do it, but we don't realize it already, is look away 20 or 30 seconds away from the screen, or look far off into the distance like you're daydreaming for a little bit, and it will also get your eyes back aligned and more clear to see and whatnot. Or you could, every hour, take a 5 to 7 minute break from not dealing with the computer or your phone or your iPod or anything. Now, I'm going to explain the proper distance that we should be doing for the computers, mainly. You should sit, the monitor should be from your eyes 16 to 30 inches away. The monitor's level should be slightly level to the horizontal level of your eye. And use an adjustable chair so you could actually move back or forward if need be. Another little side tip is turning down the brightness, and you could look at the screen a little longer. I have been doing this for the past couple weeks now. I did it on my phone, I did it on my computer, and my eyes, they feel a lot better, to tell you the truth. Though there isn't any strenuous, consistent evidence of how technology affects the eyes and how much screen time there is. I know I'm not going to stop using this technology, and I know you guys are most likely not going to stop using this technology, but just cutting out maybe a couple hours and warping it to fit your needs a little more will save your eyes a little bit, and you won't be this part of the statistics of having to wear contacts or glasses because your eyes are too strained. You have farsightedness or nearsightedness. So, thank you very much.
So Angela, what did you think?
I think she had a good attention grabber, but it took me a while to get the main idea of the main topic. There was a little bit of pronunciation problem with one of the agencies, but all in all, she had very good vocal projection. She was animated by using her hands, even though she was standing in just one spot. She had good examples, and I specifically liked the one that she did self-experimentation with the tips that she researched about moving away from the screens and all.